This is an Eilif and Sedge supplemental, taking place at the right around the start of the week time skip. Correct?
Yes.
Cool.
Talking ball torture, yes.
Thank you. I will now mute myself.
If you're listening to this, Justin, if you're listening to this, you're a bitch.
Focus. God, we're gonna get so off track so easily. We can't even blame Justin and Kate for it.
Angst mode.
So, Sedge and Eilif are in a tavern drinking. We found no leads on Justin. We found no leads on this man called Justin. On Marcus. On Marcus. So here they be, sitting at a table. What are you drinking? Sedge, what are you drinking?
Sedge is drinking a pale ale, probably. Nothing too strong, because wine and things like that remind him of the last night he spent with Father Augustus.
I love how you said nothing too strong and then said wine.
No, I said he's drinking a pale ale, but wine reminds him of the last night he saw Father Augustus.
Oh. Oh, we're double depressed tonight.
Yeah. So Sedge is nursing maybe his second round of a pale ale, kind of not even really drinking the second one, just kind of sloshing it around his cup as he stares in it, and he's very gloomy, which goes without saying, because where the fuck is Marcus?
Not only are we in Neverwinter, but where is Marcus?
Yeah, we're in Neverwinter, Marcus is missing. It's not a great time for Sedge right now.
Yeah. Eilif will come over with a drink, I don't know, alcohol, a drink of some type and variety. And just sit
maybe
down.
Maybe a mead. Maybe he's getting mead. Mead is good.
Maybe? You know, he has a fruity cocktail. This is a novelty bar that has specialized fruity cocktails. And Eilif wants one, and Eilif is getting one.
Yeah,
I don't know, a sangria. Eilif has a sangria, whatever.
Yeah, a sangria or a fruity cocktail. The bar,
a pina colada. Eilif has a pina colada.
The bar's called the Rainbow Wave.
There's a lot of gay people here. We're at a gay bar.
We are. We're at a gay bar.
We're right near whatever the fucking bar that Eilif and Blossom go to in the future. We're down the street from there at the gay bar, the Rainbow Wave, instead of something Leviathan, whatever the fuck that other bar was.
Yeah, so we're at the Rainbow Wave. How did Sedge and... You know what? Sedge is probably like, you know what? I know a place.
Eilif side-eye, and it's just like, you know a place?
I know a place where we can get drinks that are pretty good on the cheap. But you have to be okay with getting hit on, possibly. I mean, I guess that's at any tavern, but
who am I getting hit on by?
Everyone.
Okay.
Everyone.
Manageable. I'm not the most approachable person.
Sedge would argue, but I guess we head to the Rainbow Wave, and Sedge, like, puts a hood over his face, like this is some seedy bar or something like that, and he doesn't want to be seen. It comes in
and we get hit with glitter. Yeah, seedy bar. You're welcome, Genica. We're making the gay bar. Yeah. I don't know, Eilif will offer Sedge a hat. Because Sedge will... like, not in armor or, like, any of the clanking.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. Where Sedge is not wearing any of his paladin armor. We probably left that at the safe house. And also for being a little bit more inconspicuous, traveling the streets of Neverwinter, so people don't recognize him. Can't recognize him as readily. I should say, because when he did his philanthropy work with Father Augustus, I imagine that Sedge was donning his paladin gear as if it was like work or something like that. So even if they
you're
can't
representing your church and shit.
Exactly.
It's the Clark Kent Superman with the glasses. You're not gonna recognize him.
Exactly. And if someone does recognize him, they're gonna be like, "Are you Sedge Thistlestrike?" And he's gonna be like, "No, I've never heard of that man in my life. My name is Althadon Vin Noir."
I was gonna say, maybe don't say you've never heard of him if you're trying to pass off as a Neverwinter native.
True. And be like, "No, I'm sorry, you have me mistaken. My name is Althadon Vin Noir." And he would be telling the truth, because that is his name.
Yep, Eilif is just passive. By -1 deception, they're not opening their fucking mouth. Ever. For any of that. They're letting Sedge handle any and all conversation.
Yes, Sedge with his +3 charisma modifier.
He would buy -1.
Let's see. But
you're nursing a pale ale. I come over with a sangria. God, we ADHD'd the wrong direction.
We did.
I'll come over with the sangria. I said pina colada. The pina colada sangria mix, an abomination above all else. The pina sangria. Sit down. Kind of glance over at Sedge and go, probably a stupid question, but like, are you okay? Are you doing okay? Do you want to talk about it?
Am I doing okay? Not really. I'm so worried about Marcus and how he's doing, and I'm worried about Blossom and Hello. And I know they're fine, especially the two of them together. They're a combination of the two of them together is really a force to be reckoned with.
I have a comment, but it will not ease your nerves. It will make it worse. Because those two have no impulse control when you put them together.
Yes, that's also what I'm afraid of.
But at the very least, if they get arrested, they can break themselves out.
Especially Hello. She's more than capable of breaking herself out of jail. And Blossom is such a sweet talker that I have no doubt
recently it's felt like something's been off about her talking, though. I think it's the fedora.
I think it's the fedora.
She sleeps in that, Sedge.
I know. Every time I try to go and grab it off her head when she's sleeping, like her hand just shoots out when she's trancing, I should say. Her hand shoots out and grabs my wrist.
Want to bet 5 silver that it's cursed?
Oh, it's absolutely cursed. I'll get on that bet. Just
yeah.
I'd be more surprised if it wasn't cursed.
Yeah. That'll be the next thing to handle.
Maybe we can talk to the
you have remove curse?
No, I don't. Do I? Hold on.
Yes,
I don't have
my
character. I do. I have remove curse. I learned it recently. Maybe that will help, but
hopefully. Otherwise, we're down a smooth talker and we're left with Marcus,
who is still missing.
Yeah.
I never thought that I would be in this position of having to not look after Marcus, because he's not a child despite his previous looks, but this life debt has certainly been interesting to have to deal with.
So the life debt is just until one of you die, or?
No, it's until I save Marcus's life. I don't know if I ever told you the full story.
I mean, I got the story one of the nights in the Feywild, like you were arrested and he was your lawyer and saved you from execution. But
yes, that's the gist of it, really. But Father Augustus was who I was blamed for the murder for. He was a good man who wanted to do right by all of the lower class people of Neverwinter, and someone killed him and framed me. And I still I wish sometimes I wish I didn't have this life debt to Marcus, as horrible as it sounds, because if I didn't, I would be dedicating all of my time to finding out who killed Father Augustus. It's been months, and there have been no leads, no nothing, because as far as the city of Neverwinter was concerned, I was the one who killed him.
And you apparently got off scot-free.
Yes, in the judicial, in the eyes of judges and the courts, but the good people of Neverwinter who looked up to Father Augustus and loved him, they don't see it that way. I'm still his murderer, no matter what the courts say.
How did you meet Father Augustus?
Wow. I don't know if I've ever told you about. I'm starting to realize there's a lot about me that know, and a lot about you that I don't know.
Yeah, there hasn't really been a good time to talk.
There really hasn't been.
I just haven't found the time to talk.
It's been busy. Between going to Mountain Toes Gold Mine and the Feywild and Blossom and whatever's going on with Hellu.
And
It's been a lot. And Marcus now. It certainly has been a lot. So how I met Father Augustus. When I was 15, I set out of my temple, the Temple of Erithus in Candlekeep, and per the temple's instruction, and as is my duty to Erithus, I was supposed to gather knowledge and scriptures and other things to bring back, and stories of heroes and things of that sort to bring back to the temple, to expand our well of knowledge and in peace. The manuscripts that I send my parents are of our adventures, but I'm writing them as if Althodon Vin Noir has been following Sedge Thistlestrike.
You're
I met
writing
Father
in third person about yourself.
Yes. Those of us who set out of the temple, we are supposed to do this as to make sure that when the public reads these manuscripts and these books of these great adventurers, they get inspired to do their own good out in the world, and that inspiration be a little bit more lackluster and hero worshipping. If the heroes they read about are in the temple themselves, it leads to a lot of complications. So we don personas and go out to over the world, as it were, and write back and let people get inspired in turn, and that's also how some people get into the temple in the first place. Now, I met Father Augustus a couple of months ago after I was 15 when I left the temple. I'm 25 now, so it's been 10 years. I was 24 at the time I met Father Augustus, and I had heard tales of a wise man. Hold on. Sorry. taking a sip of water. I had heard stories of a wise man with endless knowledge who lived amongst the slums of Neverwinter. It was very much embellished, Father Augustus, his exploits. But when I actually found him and found he was just a regular human man who was just a philanthropist and wanted nothing but the best for the people of Neverwinter, I asked him if I could learn from him, and he said yes. And over the next year or so, I learned everything that I could from Father Augustus, and helped the people of Neverwinter while I was at it. Building houses, teaching children, reading poetry, and learning how to play lyres and lutes. Not that I'm any particularly good at it, of course. It was everything that it was what we could have. It was everything we could have done, and in that time, we raised money, and Father Augustus wanted to branch out from the. Ooh, I don't remember the districts. The poorer district into one of the others. I don't remember if it was the River District or the other ones.
I think the River District was where you were, so it was probably a different district.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember all the districts.
God, you want to chime in?
God, uwu, what district?
God.
What's the question?
What are the districts of Neverwinter?
There is, the River District is considered the poor district.
Okay, so you were in the River District.
Yep.
Okay.
The docks also sort of function as their own area, but yeah, the River District is the
Like, we're
slums.
echoing through you. I think you need to turn down your headphones a bit.
Oh, yep, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I just started hearing us echo, so. Sorry to interrupt you, Jen.
No worries, that's it. It's just that the River District is the slums part of Neverwinter.
Okie dokie. Thank you, God.
Thanks, God. Wow, this sangria pina colada is really hitting different. I swear I heard God's voice.
Yes, maybe it's the rainbow wave. Anyway.
And that rainbow agenda.
Love how we made a gay bar in Neverwinter.
Of course there's a gay bar in Neverwinter. It's in Neverwinter.
Why wouldn't there be? We did philanthropic work in the River District, and Father Augustus was planning on expanding our reach. And the night after he told me that, he told me he wanted to talk to me, and it was something important, something that he needed to be kept secret, but he trusted me. And that same night, we were poisoned, and his house was burned down, and I was arrested.
We made the gay bar. That's terrible, Sedge.
Yes, this is all a few months ago, so I don't believe I processed it fully. As Father Augustus was like another father to me. My actual father, my parents love me. my parents love me. That's no mistake, but I've always known that their duty to the temple and to Erithus comes before their duty as parents. And growing up, I wasn't bothered by it particularly because I always had illness.
Pause.
And
Justin, get out of here.
Well,
Justin, get out.
listen,
No, this is a supplemental. Justin, get out.
I'm not here to stay. I just need to know about this gay bar that I just
No,
saw.
Justin, this is a supplemental. I am currently recording. Get out.
Oh, okay. Hi, people listening. Bye.
You could have just asked in the fucking VC chat part. Caroline.
Hold on.
The gay bar got us all up in here. I'm gonna describe this gay bar for the shits and giggles at home. It is a rustic 2-story building with one of the stories being an open balcony style. There's the equivalent of rave music currently happening, but like quiet rave music. I don't know, Beyonce on loop, you could say.
Okay, I'm back. My dog was in my room.
That's fair.
What were we saying?
I was describing the gay bar for while you were gone to fill the air. It's not important at all. I was shooting the shit. I basically said we're having medieval rave music right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
With a 2-story building, with the second story being like one of those balconies that overlooks the dance floor. But Neverwinter style, I guess.
We're having this serious conversation in a gay bar in Neverwinter.
Okay, but why? That's the best place to have a serious conversation. Because if you need to, then you can leave and go about your business and take a break from talking to each other if it gets too deep.
True.
So we're not gonna go to a stuffy, quiet bar. Why the fuck would we? You were talking about your parents, though.
Oh yeah. My father, Sylvester, he is the archbishop to the Temple of Erithus that we lived in, and it wasn't that he didn't love me. It was just Father Augustus loved me without any reservations or any. He didn't love his duty more than he loved me.
That's fair. I guess my parents never had a duty to put before me, but I had my other siblings that got put before me sometimes. Not for any malicious reason, but you know, I was the second oldest. I was kind of mostly independent by that point. So
Yes, I wish I had siblings like you do. It seems very. It might. I suppose it's chaotic at times, but it's a chaos that I've never been privy to.
You have a sister, right?
Elnis was my sister. We're not blood related.
Still your sister.
She's still my sister. I just haven't seen her since I was 14, so it's been 11 years. She was found in the woods near Candlekeep, around 2-3 years old, and the only thing that she could recall was her name. And we grew up together. We got into a lot of trouble together growing up.
You know, getting into trouble?
I know. I
Never.
seem very straight-laced, but...
No, you don't.
Don't I? Marcus is always telling me about how I have a stick up my ass.
Okay, but that's comparing yourself to Marcus.
True.
That's a whole different level of I don't think you're to be fair, I didn't know you before you went on an adventure. So maybe you did have a stick up your ass and it's just been removed.
Actually, I do agree with Marcus to some extent. After Father Augustus's death, I wasn't the same person. It's it's all thanks to you all that I've been able to let loose a little bit more like I was beforehand. Before
Raises their horror show of a drink. Kind of like toasting it towards Sedge at the letting loose comment.
Yes, a toast to letting loose. I do not do it as often as I used to.
I'd say we should do it more often, but if the circumstances that lead to letting loose are these, let's avoid that.
Agreed. That is
To letting
a hard
loose
agree.
under less strenuous circumstances.
I will drink to that. But I feel like I've talked far too much about my troubles.
And I don't mind hearing about your troubles. Like, you're stressed about Marcus and clearly
incredibly stressed about Marcus.
In grief about Father Augustus and a complicated relationship with your sister?
Yes, Elmas, she didn't have the same thoughts about the temple that I did. For me, the temple was my duty and my life, and Elmas always saw it as more of a shackle than anything else. And when we were 14, she told me she was leaving, and she wanted me to come with her. And I told her no. And sometimes wonder, was that the right decision? I can't say for certain. I mean, I wouldn't have met all of you if I said yes.
I mean,
so
maybe you would have.
Always that silver lining.
Maybe you would have. Never would
I'm not sure where she... Yeah. It was just... She was my sister, and
why are you saying
I let her down.
Was? Isn't she still your sister?
I have no idea if she's alive or not. So I guess it's the more pessimistic side of me, saying was, but she is my sister. And hopefully she's still out there. Waiting to bully me into submission and go along with her crazy plots.
Are you older or younger than her?
We never really found out Elmas's exact age, but that's actually it was actually a point of contention between us. I would always say I was older, but whenever we argued or like played around, we would always say one of us were older. We were older than each other when it was convenient for us, and younger than each other when it wasn't.
That's actually really hilarious. But if I know anything about siblings, is if and when you find her and run into her, if you want to rebuild the relationship, and she wants to rebuild the relationship, I'm sure it will work out, at least to some capacity.
I admire your faith, Eilif. It's honestly refreshing a little bit.
I mean, it's not really faith when, I mean, it is, but it's more how I'm seeing, my relationship with my older sister. So, speaking from quasi experience, I haven't really gotten to the mending part yet, but trying, kind of.
is your relationship with your siblings? I'm sorry if it's a little presumptuous of me to ask.
Oh, I mean, I've asked you a bunch of questions, so it's not really presumptuous. I mean, I'm close with them. Maylee is like 4 years older than me. Their others are. If you've met Finny, she's 8 years younger, so not as close with Finny, but grew up watching Finny somehow be way smarter than everyone else in the room when she was 6. Um, which was really funny because she would be showing up her teachers, much to their displeasure. Um, and I guess I'm closest with Abulin because we're closest in age, but we haven't really talked since my accident. And Maylee and I have a complicated relationship. It's her accident, but
Siblings
we're getting through it all.
are very complicated.
Yeah, I mean, Finny's just Finny. She, they always have to act like they're the smartest in the room because they usually are the smartest in the room. But all of my relationships with my family are weird since I came back. I mean, they mourned me for 6 months.
And now you're like a ghost of them.
Well, I mean, I came back. I was quarantined for 6 months because no one knew what was going on. No one had that happen to them before. And then after that, when it was discovered that I had my echo, I was trained for the next 6 months, a year, and then after that, I've just been doing my job. So I haven't really. And then 6 months before I met you guys, I was not even in the city, so not really a lot of time to.
Yes, we met when you were fighting a bear.
Because I was out scouting because Lady Chandria needed me out of the city. So. I really only had a year to see my family after they thought I was dead for 6 months.
That doesn't sound. We both have had a rough time of it, haven't we?
Yeah. Yeah. We had a complicated family. My mom's great, but she was always running her forwards and stuff, and Ailey had her accident like right before I had mine, so there's tension there that I'm pretty sure she, in a way, feels like. I mean, I didn't deliberately fucking get stuck wherever I was. I don't know.
Does she feel like what was her accident?
So right before mine, like a month or two, there was an explosion in the tunnels and stuff, and she lost one of her legs from it. So.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. And I followed her into the military. So there's the tension there of I'm still in the military, and then after I got back, my accident didn't take me out of the military. And I mean, I get it.
Are you saying that is she resentful of you?
I don't know.
That both of your accidents was no one's fault.
I know that. She just makes it hard to not be angry at her when it seems like she's telling me it's my fault. But I know it's not my fault, and I know it's not her fault. And I can see she's struggling because God knows I would have no idea what to do with my life if I suddenly lost military.
It'd still have us.
I mean,
That's for certain.
I yeah, I guess.
I mean, you would still have your family, of course, but
That's not.
you would have us.
I mean, Sedge, what if you lost your temple and stopped doing the thing you've been doing since you were 15?
I understand your point. I would be completely aimless, but it would comfort me knowing that even if I no longer had my duty to the temple, I would have all the people who would see me as a person before a paladin.
I guess, 8 years of doing it, I'm used to the soldier, not myself.
After a while, it's what anyone ever sees you as. I'm talking from experience as well, of course.
Crazy question, but if you weren't in service of your temple, what would you be like? We wake up tomorrow, you no longer have the service to the temple. What would you be doing? What is the if I had a
Oh,
fallback plan job?
maybe become like a horse rancher. I mean, we certainly have enough money. I could
I was gonna
do
say
anything that I will please, but
you also have a horse with a body count.
no one has to know about Portia's body count.
Of
I
course,
would
the
be
ultimate
raising
defender
regular
of the horse
horses.
ranch. Horse would teach them how to murder.
Yes.
You know this.
Porsche would not if I asked not to. Porsche, we're a team, and if I really, really didn't want him killing things or teaching other horses how to kill things, they wouldn't. But maybe pick up where Father Augustus left off, even if it wasn't in with the temple, buy a plot of land, raise horses for sale, things like that. I can't honestly see myself doing much else.
I think horse ranching fits you pretty well, actually.
Farm work. I've always loved farm work. There was about 7 months when I first set out. I think I was 16 or 17 at the time. I ran into a ranch that was down a farmhand, and I was a farmhand for a couple of months. I read poetry and stories to the farm animals at night and in the mornings when I did my what's that word called?
Chores?
No. My habits. When I did my
Rituals?
routine, my routine.
Which R word are we going for of the many?
Routine.
Yeah.
My routines for the night, and it was good work. I did have the horses and the cows loved me. Oh, and you had not yet joined our party. We hadn't gone into the Feywild yet before we had met you. We were doing a job for Phandalin um, at a ranch, and it reminded me of that time. And I read poetry and plays to some of the farm animals there, while the others, I believe, killed some things. I think it was ogres.
The image of you reading poetry while there's just Halu in the background wielding her great axe. It's a really funny image.
It was a nice time. We should check back up on them soon, actually. This whole mess with Mountain Toe's gold mine wants me to check on every place that we visited, just to make sure they're doing okay.
I mean, yeah, but not your job, I guess, to like go trapezing back off to help them if they need help. I understand wanting to check in.
Yes, I just want to check in, especially after Mountain Toes.
Yeah. And Eilif will kind of like lightly like poke Sedge's head though and be like, not right now. We're not talking about things outside of the tavern unless it pertains to our life. They're not places you visited unless it's happens to. You know what I mean. No business thing.
I know.
No business thing.
We have to stick to business. And speaking of business, where the hell is Marcus?
No business right now. No. You're taking a break.
Do need to find him.
We
Who knows what trouble he's getting himself into?
He's just like Blossom and Halu can handle themselves. Marcus is capable of handling, at the very least, getting himself out of trouble if he finds himself in trouble. Right now, let's just... Stop. We're not going to find him any sooner.
Making so much sense.
Everyone tells me that.
Oh, well, it's true. I would like to think that everyone in our little group has a very good head on their shoulders, but by far, you're the most logical out of all of us.
Except for the one time I wasn't, but...
Everyone has those days. I have those days.
You're currently having that moment by trying to go out at 8 p.m. at night and look for Marcus.
He could be somewhere.
Maybe
we could wring some information out of Bugsy.
No, we're not gonna scare the poor kid.
Or what's the other river rat's name?
No.
JJ or
Sedge.
I know.
I'm not saying we're stopping looking. I'm just right now, right here. You need a break. You need a second to not think about the stress. Otherwise, I was gonna say your hair would go gray, but your hair's already white. Hair would go black. Hair would fall out.
That does happen to Kalshtars at the age.
Your hair would go black. So let's prevent you getting a salt and pepper look at 25.
I'm surprised I don't have any black hairs yet.
Reaches over and kind of like tugs on the hair. I think I see one.
What? You're joking.
Absolutely. Very joking.
I hope I don't have any black hairs. That would be embarrassing.
No. I mean, I could look, but I don't think you'd trust me if I said it after that.
No. I ignorance is bliss.
Until you look in the mirror and suddenly you don't recognize yourself.
Alright, no talk of business.
Talk of ourselves, acceptable. Talk of business, no business. That's what the morning sun is for. That's business talk.
Yes, and the Rainbow Wave is not exactly a business type of place.
No, it's a lament.
I imagine there's like
your woes and drink until you're stupid.
Yeah, I imagine there's like a bachelorette party going on in the background, and there's just like, you know, a bunch of like girls doing like shots and stuff.
Shot.
And like the entire bar goes up in like a in like a cheer. And like, you know, there's people like pushing past like Eilif and Sedge, you know, because they're like seated at the bar or like a table or something like that.
Or at one of the high top tables near the bar.
Yeah, or like, you know, they see Sedge being like all someone sees Sedge being all gloomy or whatever, and like this drunken like half orc or something just like puts an arm around Sedge and like slurs at him like,
smile,
hey, man,
buddy, you gotta be happy.
You gotta be. Listen, I got a friend, real cute, if you know what I mean. Listen, you.
Eilif is just standing there like, am I fucking chopped liver? Are they implying I'm a is the implication that they think I'm a bad date? Like, excuse me?
And Sedge would just go, I'm a little busy here with my friend, and the half orc just goes, oh, your friend, yeah. Alright, my bad. But, you know, if the date doesn't go great, just give me a call. A letter.
What? Your sending stone number?
just wink across the bar, and I'll know exactly what you mean.
And looks at Sedge once this half-orc walks away, and is just like eyebrow raised. It is just like, I thought you said I had to be prepared to be flirted with.
I mean, the night is young. Sorry, I'm just reading what they're like typing in the chat. What the hell is going on here?
I muted that because I was getting distracted. Who knew all it took for them to start talking was a gay bar? Eilif orders another fucking drink though. Eilif has gone and gotten their second drink of the night.
Kind of. Sedge is probably. I feel like after that, Sedge is just like, oh, fuck it, and like knocks back his ale. And
Eilif comes back with another drink for Sedge because having like out of the corner of their eye has just been like, it seems like an alcohol type of night for us.
Yeah, alcohol for everybody. You get an alcohol and you get an alcohol.
Flies around for the house.
We can do that. Sedge probably does if he gets drunk enough.
Well, I don't have money.
Yeah, we can afford it.
I only have 2.
I'm muted. Thank you. Sorry.
Oh no, you're so destitute.
Oh, I'm so destitute. This is the most money Eilif has ever had in their life.
This is the... Sedge has platinum! Platinum! That's the most money he's ever seen in his life. That's probably
Eilif comes back
more
with
than
a
what the
way...
King of Neverwinter has right now.
Bless you.
Maybe not that.
I was gonna make another HelloFresh meal once this is done,
Dead.
just to get through last
Gone.
week's.
That's why I made the crown.
Yeah.
Eilif comes back with a really fucking fruity drink for Sedge.
Oh, might have thrown it in one of my...
Sedge sniffs it first and is like, oh, this smells... You got the flying Hawaiian?
Yeah, I got the flying Hawaiian. Who knew that someone from another plane, there was an island called Hawaii? It's so funky.
Is that what it's called? Is that what it is? Is
Yeah,
another country?
I think it's another country in another plane.
I thought it was named after Dot Hawaii, who was an Azamar who, you know, like, had her wings clipped at an early age by, like, abusers and slave traders, and one day she learned how to fly again. Is that not what it's referencing?
No.
Oh.
No. Starts chugging their drink. Oh, no. Your goddamn history books, you fucking nerd.
This conversation has everything.
Sorry, I thought it was referencing Dot Hawaii.
Why would it be referencing
and then, you know,
that for a drink?
Why not? What's a pina colada referencing?
You know? I have no clue.
Exactly. So my apologies for assuming that the flying Hawaiian
I think it's an abyssal.
Dot Hawaii.
I think pina colada is abyssal. Or something.
It might be.
Anything that sounds like that language is clearly from hell.
Speaking of languages, I should teach you some phrases in Quarry.
Sure. Go for it.
Yeah, and Sedge proceed. Sedge is
are
a little toasted.
Are you teaching me curse words? What are you teaching? What are you teaching me, Sedge?
Just some. I'm not Marcus or hello. I'm just teaching you some basic phrases. Hello, how are you? Where's the bathroom?
Hold on, I need to roll for how drunk Eilif is. They're on their second fruity drink, and fruity drinks are alcoholic.
They are.
Like, and Eilif is on their second. I don't think they're as drunk as Sedge is. Unless Sedge is not drunk, but Sedge is a drink further in.
Sedge is a drink further in. Hold on, let me...
I got an 8. I got
his
an
constitution
18 on a save of just rolling to see how wasted Eilif is already. Because I have a +8 to my con save.
I have a +10 to my charisma saves. What the hell?
Because of your aura from being a paladin.
Yeah,
Technically,
charisma
I got
caster,
a dirty 20.
and then my proficiency.
Because I'm an ally in your aura. Let's go. Drink off contest. God damn it, Jen. Are you doing a charisma save? I did a constitution save to see how drunk I was. God damn it, Jenica. Why did you make a charisma save? Is that Ike?
Because I don't know how to use D&D Beyond. I tried clicking on some.
Click on
see,
con.
like, why I have plus
click...
10.
Oh. That, you have a plus 10 because you have a plus... I'm guessing you have a 20 charisma?
I have a 17, so plus 3, and then... I have proficiency.
Plus your 4. Okay, so your aura is probably a plus 3. So 3, 3, and 4 would make 10.
It already factored into that?
Should. Doesn't matter. We can look at it later. You could roll a con if we want to see which one of them's drunker, or we can just say Sedge is drunker.
Oh, yeah, I'll roll a con.
Yeah.
He has pretty good con, I think. I don't remember.
You have your fucking character sheet open.
Oh, yeah. He has pretty good con. No, he doesn't. Sedge's constitution's a 13.
Yeah, my con save is a plus 8. My con is an 18.
I got a... Damn, I rolled pretty good. I got a 19 for con.
I think you beat me by 1. Because I got an 18.
Damn. Yeah, I rolled a 15 plus the 4, so yeah, 19.
I had a 10 plus 8.
Damn. You literally could have rolled anything else higher than that.
Anything else. I think they're pretty even, though, because Eilif has had fruity drinks, whereas Sedge had 2 ales and now a fruity drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Buff people, they're fine. I was gonna say, Eilif, now that they're definitely a little bit toasted, would be like, you should teach me some curse words. So I can insult Marcus without him knowing.
Do curse words even translate properly? Because they tend to be very long and played out, so they're very hard to translate if you weren't raised in the Kori language. I think shit has like 7 syllables.
Why?
Are
you calling that person the worst piece of shit on this earth that stinks up the heavens themselves or something? Like,
that's more of a celestial thing.
Ugh. Elvish and Sylvan insults are easy. Bitch is bitch. Well, Sylvan's a little nicer. But...
Sylvan. That is one of the languages I've never been privy to. If I teach you some words in Kori, can you teach me some Sylvan?
Absolutely. I cannot promise they'll be useful words.
That's fine.
They'll be words. Can't promise they'll be useful. Did Marcus, Halu, and I ever tell you of the shit of a funny thing that happened when we were in the Feywild? In Astro's Alien?
I don't believe so.
When Marcus stole the freckles off the left side of someone? Or won the freckles off the left side of someone?
He did not tell me about that.
Okay, so he...
How does... Well, it's the Feywild, I'm sure.
It's the Feywild, so you can bet anything in the Feywild. Someone bet their left half of their freckles. Marcus won. He got freckles. And like a little orb thing that you could divvy out. I think he gave them back because why would you want half the freckles? But I frequented that bar when I was in the city. And I became known as the dick stealer.
As the what? Were you stealing people's dicks?
I was winning them fairly.
I'm
winning at poker.
Oh, well, fair is fair.
I gave them back. It was just funny. Ovid got a fucking riot whenever I won poker games like that.
Who would bet their dicks?
I don't know. Someone that thinks they're a lot better at poker than they are.
I mean, if you run out of... That sounds like a very bad gambling habit for the most part.
Oh, absolutely. Pretty sure most of those people at least tone down their gambling habits after that.
Can you say that again?
I said I think most people would tone down their gambling habits after that, but
You would think.
I think
Now I'm curious. What would I bet if I had to?
could be anything. Someone bet their swordsmanship, like ability to
Maybe I would bet my
weapons.
sense of smell.
That's how you know things. That's how you taste.
Not Kalashitars.
Don't scent doesn't help you guys taste things better?
No, it's more of how can I say this without going into another hour of Kalashtar history?
I mean, I find it interesting.
I'm sorry, I as a DM have to ask, are you bullshitting right now, or are you...
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You understand that Kalistars are just sort of humanoids who bond with a quarry spirit, right?
Uh-huh, I know.
Are you bullshitting Eilif right now?
I don't know, me. I'm just spitballing here.
I'm rolling fucking insight on you. Eilif is calling bullshit. Eilif is calling bullshit, you motherfucker. I don't know, fucking 17, bitch. Oh, whatever.
Hold on. What's 17? What's Sedge's deception?
Probably high.
Pretty okay. Hold on. No, that's a D12. Oh, that's a D4. Hold on. That's a D12 again. Shit. Hold on. There we go. Ooh. Your boy rolled an 8.
You're bullshitting me. Sedule.
Yes. Yes, I am in fact bullshitting you. Kalashitars, or do it normally as well as everyone else. I just do things like that to fuck with Marcus every now and then.
What a cute scream.
As you should.
You are a
So
baby.
what would you bet?
Yes. My lady.
I don't know, maybe my hair color. Or
Can
my...
you bet something you don't have? Just go black then?
White's a color.
That's true.
Gray's a color.
That's true. I guess I would just go black then.
Or maybe the color of my eyes. Things that are very low stakes.
Your eyes are pretty though. I'll bet that.
Hi.
Thank
lady.
you.
Seriously?
I don't think I've ever
Sweetheart?
heard anyone say that about my eyes before. I think they're very basic.
Lies and slander.
Let's see. Did you just say life of what?
Lies and slander.
Oh, lies and slander. I thought you said lies Lathander. I was like, huh? In this campaign?
Yeah, suddenly Eilif's possessed from the past, and it's just like, here lies Lathander and our holy year. He shall come
Auditory
again
processing
reborn.
disorder.
You're fine. It's also lies and slander messes with my lisp.
But I don't. Maybe one of my smites, but it would have to be a game that I knew I was going to win if I was going to bet something big.
Yeah, the bigger the prize pool, the if you bet like that, you tend to get other things like the rights to a nice property, someone's skill in an obscure language or weapon. There's a whole underground ring for stuff like that.
Oh yes, maybe I would. Draconic doesn't really come in handy all that much. I'll be honest. Maybe I would bet my
you got to talk to
proficiency in
the
Draconic.
wormling that we left with Falcon. With it.
Oh, true. It does. Mercedes does only understand Draconic.
For now.
Oh, Mercedes.
We'll see her again. We'll figure out. She can be on the horse ranch. Already in all the horses.
Yes. Speaking of things I would do, what would you do if you woke up tomorrow and you didn't have the military?
I guess it's a little. It's complicated for you, I imagine, but for me, that means either we won and the city no longer has a war, or the city has lost and we no longer have a war, or I got discharged, I guess. I finally pissed one too many people off and didn't have it. It's not the point. I don't know. I kind of always wanted to open a bakery.
Out of character, I was like, Sedge might open up a bakery. Nah, horse ranch.
They're fucking made for each other. Look at them. Look at them.
Sedge's gonna bakery. That sounds wonderful. Maybe I would have cows and supply you with like milk and butter.
I'd have to dust off the old baking skill to do anything like that, but I don't know. I always loved doing it when I was a kid. So
baking, there's nothing better in any of the realms really than a good bakery that warms you from the inside out. And if our journeys do come to an end by a natural means and we get to put down our blades once and for all, I would love nothing more than to be in a bakery with you.
That sounds wonderful. We could have Marcus and Blossom run PR.
They would be very good at it.
They'd be either terrible or fantastic at it.
I think if they were terrible at it, that would only add to the charm, thus making it even more popular.
No, that's true. I don't know. I had a stupid name of like Bouncing Frog Bakery or something.
That's a wonderful idea.
A stupid name.
It's not stupid at all.
No. I got told whenever it came up that why would it be Bouncing Frog? You don't like frogs don't bake and stuff. It was mostly being riffed on, but
Oh, the Bouncing Frog. Listen, there's a million taverns out there with the weirdest names imaginable. Like the Rainbow Wave. What's that even supposed to mean? And not to shit on Neverwinter's best gay bar, of course, but I feel like the more original the name is, the more customers you can draw in.
Yeah, and I know how to make, or I liked making like little like red buns that looked like a frog.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah. Bobby just loved making fun of me about it. Not in a serious way, but like and your best friend is bullying you because it's your best friend.
Yes. Elmas did that with me. Elmas and I did that as well. Eilif, there is something I've been meaning to ask you.
Shoot.
Are you okay about your friend? Javid? Javid? I don't know how to pronounce it. Javid.
What do you mean?
I mean, just... I know it could be very complicated about you might have to kill him, Eilif.
I know that.
That can't be easy to know. Or to swallow. It's definitely a hard pill to swallow.
He's a traitor to Astrazeale. So I will do what needs to be done.
That's not what I asked. And just because he's a traitor to Astrazeale doesn't mean it's going to make it any easier. If Elmis appeared to me one day and told me she killed Father Augustus, I would be horrified and heartbroken. And as much as it pains me to say it, I would have to kill her too. And I don't want to do that. I can't do that. So I'm asking you, are you really okay? Because shouldering all of that knowledge, it's not something to be taken lightly.
I don't know if I can do it. And I think that's what scares me. Is that I could let him... I couldn't kill someone that has betrayed the vows we swore when we joined the army, the military, and whether or not he's... I imagine that it was a captured and work for us or die, and I can't blame him for, wanting to live. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to kill him, even though I know I have to.
I understand. It's so unfair. Everything that we've done in regards to our devotion and the one thing that they will have to ask of us, we won't be able to do.
I've been asked by my devotion to do a few things recently that I don't know if I'm going to be able to do.
I don't know what I would do in your position, Eilif. I'm so sorry. If sometimes it makes me want to lay down the sword. Not become an oathbreaker. I would never do that, but shouldn't we just be able to have that option of putting down our arms and doing whatever we want? I'm literally rich now, and sometimes I just want to take Porsche and Mercedes and just run away from it all, but I can't do that.
If it wasn't us, who would?
If it wasn't us, who would? And I can't let someone else take up that mantle. I can't let someone else bear that pain. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to us. But if we didn't do it, who would?
Exactly.
I'm sorry for bringing it up.
No, I appreciate you asking. I need to think about it before, because if I don't until I see him again, I'm going to freeze in the moment. I still might freeze in the moment.
And Sedge will reach across the table or I don't know.
Table bar. I think we're at one of those, like round high tables.
Yeah, where we're like kind of close together. Sedge reaches across the table and puts a hand on Eilif's shoulder, and he looks him in the eyes and says, "You still have us. You still have me. And no matter what option you choose, I won't think any less of you for it."
What if someone's in the party has asked me to kill them if it comes to a point?
Oh, God. It wasn't Marcus, was it?
Oh, no, it wasn't Marcus.
Oh, that's probably even worse, because now I know who you mean.
Yeah. It's just even more complicated now.
It was like, this has been nothing but complications.
Yeah, so by the end of this, I may have to kill 2 of my friends. Because of my duty and devotion. And I don't think I can. Isn't that worse to not keep a promise, to not keep an oath, to protect and cherish and preserve, to stop someone from maybe being a puppet because I'm too weak to
You're not weak. Don't say that. There's nothing weak about you. And having to do something impossible doesn't... Knowing that you probably won't be able to do something impossible doesn't make you weak. It just makes you... It just lets everybody else around you know that you actually have a soul. What the fuck is that in my room? Hold on. Am I seeing shit? Okay, maybe that was just me. No, there's a fucking fly in here. Oh my god.
Kill it. Murder.
I will not, because it's moving too fast, and also I'm laying on the floor. But fuck, I lost my train of thought.
I know. I was about to reply, so don't worry, I can pick it up.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
It might mean that I have a soul, but I promised a party member that if it came to it, I'd do it. And is it not weak of me to break that promise? And the trust that they have in my ability to do it.
it's not fair that you might have to kill Javid, and Blossom shouldn't have had asked you that in the first place. I know she did it because she's scared, but we're all scared. And what position does that put you in? To have to kill her because we have to keep her in line. We're not going to kill her. Nobody is going to die.
Made me promise that if Ab took over her body, that I would tell her to stop that. She asked me right after I found about Javid. So the first night when she came back from her coma, I got asked that.
Sedge, closes his eyes and breathes out heavily, because, fuck. That doesn't make it any better. In fact, it makes it worse, because we didn't have all the answers.
We still don't.
We still don't. I think I need a stronger drink.
I will get us a pitcher of vodka or something. And Eilif will kind of hop off the bar, go purchase. Hi, Pepper. Hi, Miss Roly Poly. Go purchase a drink of pepper. Clearly. Hi. Purchase a strong few drinks for both of them. And come back, they waited tables a few times. They're balancing the drinks appropriately.
In the background, the bachelorette party is still going on.
Fucking wild. It's going hog. I will come back with the...
Sorry, I do want to point out that you are approaching an hour and a half. This is just a time heads up, that's all.
Denied. Time doesn't exist. We RP. Oh, but thank you for the time thing. Eilif will come back with the drinks, though, and go, they're partying like they're in the Feywild. Is that how all bachelorette parties go?
In my experience, yes. Some of them can be a little bit more subdued, but the day before a wedding, it is customary to get completely and totally sloshed. Kind of like how we're doing right now. Except for with less fun.
I think it's been... No, it's not. It's been fun. Pressing topics, but it's been fun. Why would you get sloshed before your wedding and then you're feeling like crap on the wedding?
We have some pretty good hangover cures here in the prime material plane.
That's fair. Also, I'm having fun.
Despite the heavy topics, I'm also having fun. It's nice to drink and not have to worry about if Marcus is going to Dimension Door someplace. And
Dimension Doored me up to a roof one time in Astrazealine.
I remember that. That's mostly what I'm referring to. I like to think that we're responsible people, aren't we? The two of us.
Compared to everyone else in the party, yeah.
Well, Blossom and Marcus absolutely should be more responsible than they are. Halu she's 16. She can be a little irresponsible.
It's a treat.
She shouldn't be.
To be fair, Blossom, as we know her, is like, what, a few months old?
True.
Marcus has no excuse.
Marcus has absolutely no excuse.
You want to be irresponsible?
Absolutely. I thought you'd never ask.
But let's go vandalize something.
Oh, it'll just, like, be when Elmas and I were kids.
Like when I was a kid.
When, by the way, you know when Marcus did that ridiculous rite of passage for you?
Yeah, with the cloak.
Yes. My part in that was something that Elmas and I did frequently while we lived in Candlekeep. Whenever we got in trouble with the city guard, say, gambling, rigging gambling, games, things like that, arson, we would escape by running on the rooftops of Candlekeep. And one time we almost got caught because I slipped and fell off the roof and broke my arm.
No.
Elmas, she backtracked. She noticed I wasn't with her, backtracked, jumped off the roof next to me, and hauled me to my feet, and we continued running from the city guard. Of course, I didn't get my arm set at home. We went to one of the other temples, and I had to use all of my allowance to make sure my arm got set properly.
God, our childhoods were so similar. I was a terror to the streets of Astrazealing. Absolute terror. This is why arson is in fact a crime, but sometimes it's necessary.
It is necessary.
Sometimes it is in fact a crime, no matter how much we wish it wasn't. Let's go fucking vandalize something.
Let's go vandalize something.
Are there any stupid statues we can vandalize?
Lord Stoneman.
Fuck yeah, let's go. My stupid shitty uncle.
That stupid shitty person.
Stupid shitty person, shitty uncle. Fucking deserves his cock cut off.
And to have his dick stolen in a gambling match.
Honestly, yes. His dick, his dignity, and his dimes.
Let's leave the rainbow bar, the rainbow wave, and I'll put like I'll flip like the bartender like 2 platinum, and tell him to keep the change.
Loaded.
I single-handedly paid that entire tavern's mortgage or rent for like a month.
Absolutely. Those tips that are going to be split. Let's go fucking vandalize a Stoneman statue. I feel like Eilif walks out kind of half leaning on Sedge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking wasted.
Especially after that round of drinks we just had. Absolutely.
No constitution saving throw will save them now.
Sorry, my little baby's barking in the background.
That's okay.
How stealthy are we being? I can't imagine very.
I think we're trying to be stealthy, but we're fucking drunk. We're not stealthy. I have a +7 to my stealth, so I think instincts kick in, but they ain't going fucking far.
Sedge has a -1.
It's just just roll with disadvantage for fucking stealth, because we are sloshed.
Yeah, that's a 13 for the first roll, and a 14 for the second roll.
I got a 16.
So, people see us. We're not exactly stealthy.
We are two drunken, beefy fighters.
As drunken mercenaries instead of drunken Sedge and Eilif.
Yeah.
No, Sedge, you are fantastic.
Thank you, Eilif. You're something special yourself.
Meh, thanks.
No, meh, you are. I don't know where any of us would be if you weren't here with us.
In a cave? Lost in the woods in the Feywild? Probably that.
Probably so.
Vandalism. The two very tired adults of the group just fucking go on a bender. But, like, we're both beefy individuals. We can Chains of Liberty knock over a Stoneman statue.
Listen, and if we get caught, we'll just run through run through Neverwinter roof Candlekeep style on the rooftops.
Once again, but drunk this time. God, okay, hold on. And God, oh gracious God, could you so lovely decide if we get caught?
Did you roll those stealth checks?
I got a 16.
You're rolling with disadvantage, right?
Yep, I had rolled. Yeah, I got a 16 on total.
Ah, fuck.
Oh no, I was taking my one from earlier.
Oh, you were taking yours from earlier? Yeah, my one from earlier was 13.
Okay, we've got two very drunk people.
We're not in armor. We're not in our armor. So we're not clanking clinkles.
No, but I imagine you're doing the drunk thing of, all right, we've got to talk in a whisper. Shh. And it's very clear. It's like a stage whisper.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're caught.
We at least successfully knock down Stoneman's statue.
You don't knock it down, but I think you managed to, like, vandalize it a little bit with some graffiti.
Yeah.
And then you trying to knock it down is when guards catch you and chase you off.
Omen Stone Dick!
Sedge is like, I'm not going back to jail!
Holy shit. Eilif is just fucking laughing their ass off as they're fucking bucking it. Just fully losing it. I was so close to knocking it over.
We'll get him next time.
Just have to knock over the real thing.
We do have to knock over. We should kill Stoneman.
We should kill Stoneman. Not without Halu here.
Yes. Not tonight. Yes, not tonight, not without Halu, but
not without. If Halu was here, I'd say tonight. But in the future, yeah, definitely. We should go back to the safe house.
Back to safe house. Imagine we try sleeping off. We sleep it off. Don't drink enough water. Wake up with horrible hangovers the
We
next
wake
morning.
up feeling probably. I don't think Eilif made it to whatever room or bed they were on. They would just either be on Sedge or on the floor. It's either they passed out because
like
they were leaning
they're
on
laying
Sedge.
perpendicular on like
By magic, my brain
like they're
was
just
they probably were
laying
leaning on each other.
perpendicular like starfishing.
Yeah, my brain was going, well, they probably were leaning on each other to get back to the safe house, because God knows how they're both standing straight. And then the thought was, Eilif's not making it to a bed, a couch. So it's like either they both, I imagine the both of them just are on the floor passed out, or only Eilif is on the floor passed out. Like, wake up like that. I don't know which one's funnier.
Sedge wouldn't let you stay on the floor passed out.
So Jen,
I think Sedge would if he, like the couch or something.
Both are just a pile on the couch.
I imagine Sedge is Eilif laying on top of Sedge, and in the morning, Sedge just does that full body turn, and Eilif just gets dumped on the floor.
Eilif says,
"Ow! Don't yell, my head."
And don't roll over and knock me to the floor.
That's not my fault.
It's entirely your fault. You should have been more aware that I was on you.
No.
Yes.
Why is it so bright? Isn't there curtains in this place? I imagine there's dark curtains that are drawn completely, and the room is dark, and Sedge is still saying that.
Yeah. If only we had someone that could cast darkness.
Do I know darkness?
Probably not. I don't think it's a cleric. I don't think it's a paladin spell. I have a solution for your problem, Sedge. And I would take a pillow and shove it on his face.
That's good enough.
And then Eilif passes out half on the couch and half on the floor. They're going back to bed.
Yeah!
And we're done.
And scene.
Fantastic.
Sedge on the couch. Eilif half on Sedge again, but mostly on the floor, because they immediately fell back asleep. They're both gonna have such sore fucking backs when they wake up.
Honestly, Sedge is 20. I'm 24 going on 25. I can't lay in a pretzel forever anymore.
Yeah. Not with their back problems. Not only that, but also the chronic fighting. Shit, man, their backs are gonna be sore.
Absolutely.
That was a fucking roller coaster.
It really was.
They needed it though. They needed it.
Absolutely needed it. They needed the cathartic kind of just talking about what's stressing them out. Eilif desperately needed to talk about that shit. Now they're not the only one that knows Blossom asked them to kill her.
Yes. Ooh. I love when Eilif and Sedge start talking, because it's just
It's so good. They're so similar, and they're such a cool dynamic.
They really are.
Also, when they don't have to babysit, quote unquote, everyone else.
Mm-hmm. When they don't have to babysit other people,
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the
Sedge
recording.
is fucking irresponsible.